Do you know the history of why we have our fast and testimony meeting in the LDS Faith? It's actually a unique tradition, and it didn't always look the way it does today. Its story is rooted in ancient scripture and covenant language. Bearing testimony is part of an ancient tradition known as the burden of the witness. It is the act of standing before God and before your fellow men and declaring the strengths and weaknesses of your witness. We have many examples of this burden, some in strength like Stephen, who bore witness of Christ even as he was stoned to death in Acts chapter 7, and others in weakness like Peter denying the Christ before the cock crowed. This is why the simple prayer from the New Testament, "Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief," became the emotional center of early LDS testimony culture. It underscored the idea that belief and unbelief were both part of the spiritual journey and that God required the complete offering of the heart. Hey everybody, my name is Jared Lambert. I'm a historical linguist, bringing you linguistic insights to deepen your scripture study. And today I want to show you the historical linguistic story behind how fast and testimony meetings began and how understanding its earliest form can help us support each other better today. You see, the earliest testimony meetings in the restored church took place in Kirtland, and they were not held on Sundays. They were held on Thursdays. Joseph Smith established a fast day when saints would abstain from food and bring what they would have eaten to give to those in need. It was a simple act of sacrificial love meant to bind the saints together, and in these same meetings, the saints would stand and testify. They expressed what they knew to be true. They often spoke of spiritual experiences, and they felt the outpouring of the Spirit as they shared that with each other. Linguistically, this fits beautifully into the ancient scriptural pattern. Testimony linguistically could never be written as a passive statement. It was a covenantal act. It was believed that when you speak your belief aloud, you invite God to reveal himself in your life. When you speak your unbelief aloud, you invite God to fill the space where your strength is not enough. Early Latter-day Saints understood that testimony was not a performance. It was a covenant between a person and God, made witness to the community of the miracle that was and the miracle that was to be. See, it's important to frame these Thursday meetings because in the context they were designed in to help shape Joseph's ministry. They helped him understand where the saints were spiritually. He listened to what they knew, and he listened to what they were struggling to believe. He used that understanding to prepare his teachings for the following Sunday so that he could lift and strengthen those in need. The fast provided sustenance for those who lacked physical, and the testimony provided sustenance to those who lacked spiritually. Now we see the scriptures teach that there are gifts of the Spirit. For some, it is given to know through experience. For others, it is given to believe through the word. Both are gifts. The early saints relied on each other's gifts. Those who knew through experience supported those who believed through hearing. Those who believed stood and bore witness even while their testimony was still forming. See, in ancient scripture, it presents a linguistic concept of the burden of the witness. In Hebrew, the same verbs used for carrying physical weight describes a person carrying the responsibility to testify. The verb is nasa. It means to lift, to carry, and to bear. Testimony is something you lift and carry. Sometimes parts of your witness is there to carry others, and parts of your witness is a cry for others to help carry you. But in any case, it is your witness, your truth, and reality to offer. It is an act of devotion. Imagine if our modern fast and testimony meetings reflected this original purpose, a place to speak belief and unbelief without fear. As Elder Holland explained in his talk, "Lord, I Believe," we need to honestly acknowledge our questions and our concerns, but first and forever, fan the flame of your faith because all things are possible. The testimony meeting will always be a place to lift those who feel uncertain, a place where we remember that the burden of the witness is not about perfection. It is about honesty. It is about hope. It is about supporting each other physically through our sacrificial offering and spiritually through the burden of the witness as we speak together the ancient prayer that shaped our earliest meetings, "Lord, I believe, help thou my unbelief."